Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the NASCAR 21 Ignition Career Mode. We are at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the Indianapolis road course for the Verizon 200. This is going to be a premiere for a full race highlight edition of the career mode. Just 3 races to go in the regular season. Chances of getting into the top 10 in the regular season standings are pretty much falling off the wayside if they already haven't for our driver, Keegan Schneider. The job now, get as many wins before the playoffs start as possible to build up as many playoff points as possible because he will not be getting any for finishing in the top 10 in the regular season standings. Kyle Larson has a chance to clinch the regular season championship in today's race. He's going to have a very good performance and able to do that 2 races before the playoffs begin. But first and foremost, like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content as we get into the rest of this video. We'll go through tonight's starting lineup, at least for the front runners at the front of the field. Indiana-born Chase Briscoe will be starting on the pole looking for his first career win with William Byron outside of the front row. Kyle Larson and Chase Elliott in row 2. Elliott, king of road courses in the NASCAR Cup Series. Kyle Larson, the king of this first season of the career mode. Martin Truex Jr., Daniel Suarez will line up in row number 3. Ross Chastain and Joey Logano in row 4, with Cole Custer and Tyler Reddick rounding out the top 10 in row number 5. Our driver Keegan Schneider qualified in the 28th position. Very poor qualifying effort. I slapped the wall off the finishing corner and trudged it back to the line, and obviously that hurt the lap time. Going to be a lot more patient in this race to not only try to make it to the end of this race, but also to end this winless streak. We'll see if that will actually be able to happen here today. Last win for Schneider was on a road course. It was his only career road course win of the 7 wins in his young career so far. Green flag is in the air. We're underway at the Brickyard for the Verizon 200 and the inaugural Cup Series race on the Indianapolis road course. On the brakes pretty heavily. Everybody is jammed right now, but Schneider's staying in his lane, not wanting to hop out of line. A lot of drivers hopping up over the curb there in turn 1. Ryan Preece will make the pass on Schneider. Slow moving through the field on this opening lap. Schneider just trying not to make contact with anybody. They're stacking up again. He'll make a couple more passes. Inside of Bubba Wallace. Gonna let Wallace go into the chicane. A little contact from behind, though, from the 43 of Eric Jones. And another big stack up. Schneider's going to try to gain a few more positions out of it. Probably gains about 5 positions. Falling in line right behind the 17 car now of Chris Buescher. One car goes really wide after a jump off the curb, and that was Kurt Busch. He is struggling to try and find momentum back, and Kevin Harvick closes in on him. Schneider trying to hold up Austin Dillon and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. behind him. Schneider sends it into the next corner. Trying to make the pass on the 17 of Buescher. And he'll be able to get it done. Now dive bombs underneath the 4 car of Kevin Harvick. Harvick pinches him off. 1 lap in the books. Schneider a bit loose, trying to get back into the throttle. Barely keeps 2 tires up on the curbing to have some sort of traction. And now heading back to the start-finish line. The opening lap is complete. About as clean as that could have possibly have went. Cautions are on, of course, as always. And it's not like NASCAR Heat Series where there's relaxed yellows on the road courses, so a spin will bring out a yellow, or at least should bring out a yellow. We seem to never have one on road courses for whatever reason, but... well, I wouldn't say never. We have had some, but they're few and far between. Didn't have any cautions in the last road course race at Watkins Glen, despite the fact we saw, like 5 cars flip, and that was in the last race. Schneider with a great run. Using that excess pavement to get by Kurt Busch onto the long straightaway. Now he'll draft off of Kyle Busch in the 18. Pulls out of line, contact with Busch into the left rear. I think Schneider's all right. He sent it down into the corner, but he caught Kyle Busch on his way pulling out of line. Luckily, he didn't blow a right front tire. There's too much damage on the right front. There is some damage. I think Kyle Busch got the brunt of it in the left rear of his race car. That could have been a lot more worse than what it was, and this is the bad part with Schneider having the poor qualifying effort is he just saw another JGR car having a little bit of an issue. That time it was on his own, and it was Christopher Bell rubbing the outside wall in the short chute of oval 1 and 2. They're going to pull out a line, try to break whatever sort of draft Matt DiBenedetto was going to have behind him. Pull back up in the line to try and draft off of Bell as much as he can. Now he's going to shoot turn 1 underneath the 20 of Bell. Side by side into the first turn. Hard 90-degree right-hander. This road course very, very flat. A little crossover on Bell, but the crossover is going to go to the outside lane. Bell with a block, another crossover into turn 4. Schneider going to be able to complete the pass on Bell? Yes, he does. Pass is complete. Schneider sends it into that chicane. And again, trying to draft off another car down this long straightaway on Ryan Blaney. Shoots the gap into turn 7, makes the pass on not only Blaney, but Denny Hamlin as well. Hamlin nearly gets into the back bumper of the 48. Schneider is on a rail here. He wants redemption of some sort. He feels that on the road courses he has had great race cars, and he's only gotten one win to show for out of it this season. Again, that was a couple road courses ago at Circuit of the Americas. The last two, he has not gotten the finishes that he would have deserved. Probably should have finished second at Watkins Glen. Ran into issues late there in the final less than 30 laps. Sonoma, he was leading with 32 to go when he ran into an issue. Those were two races that definitely slipped by the wayside. Road America, pit strategy was just kind of off. If he didn't have a flat tire, probably would have finished 5th at least. Those are 3 top 5s that just got away from him, one case or another, whether it was his fault or the fault of another driver. Now he's trying to draft off of rookie Austin Cindric. You can see the pull the 48 was getting there. Now he'll pull out a line into turn 1, but Cindric's going to be really, really good into that first turn. 48 wasn't really able to close hardly at all. Schneider drives it really hard into turn 2, now into 3 and 4. Schneider to the inside of Cindric. He's going to make the pass in turn 4, it looks like. All clear. Slips as he gets back into the throttle. Gotta say, Schneider's making moves. In 4 laps, he's gone from 28 to 12. This lap isn't even over yet either. He's able to just hammer down on those brakes really, really late. He is making some great moves out of it. Sorry, close on the 11th place car, Michael McDowell as well. Schneider to the inside of McDowell. McDowell beats him back to the accelerator. Into this final corner. Schneider had a great run. Pulls out a line on the 34 of McDowell. Pulls back in line a little bit. Now he'll pull out again to try and make the pass into turn 1 instead. He wanted to pull back up to get a little bit more draft. What he had, he didn't have a big enough of a run off the exit of the corner prior to that. And same spot he got around Cindric in turn 4 is where he'll pass McDowell on the very next lap for 11th. Again, Schneider does not want this one to get away from him. That was a big bounce off the curb. Really threw that 48 car a little bit sideways. Gotta be careful. He had 2 tires up on the curb. He had the left side tires on there. If you get all 4 tires below, it is a penalty. Bounce off the curb for Custer. Schneider almost got into the back of him. Now he will get into the back of him. A little bump. But he couldn't get the run. Now he has the run on Custer. And he'll make the pass. Schneider's broken inside the top 10 for the first time today. It only took 5 laps. Wasn't all the way at the back of the pack, but he's back quite a ways. Into turn 1. Schneider closes on Reddick. Hugging the curbing. Great set of corners in turns 2 and 3. Power move into turn 4 to make the pass for position on Reddick. Slips getting back to the gas. Going to have a bit of an awkward entry into 5 and 6, but he gets through there pretty well. Uses the excess pavement to the outside as he tries to get around Ross Chastain in the 42. And he will clear Chastain into the braking zone. And sends it in on Joey Logano at the same time and makes the pass on Logano. Now trying to get the run on the 99 of Suarez. Has a run. Makes the pass. Up to 6th. They're pulling out of line. Trying to break whatever sort of draft Suarez might have had on him. Drives it very deep into turn 1. Almost too deep. Does keep it on the pavement. Great set of corners so far. You can tell Schneider is pushing extremely hard in the early going. There's a poor qualifying effort, or not a poor qualifying effort at Watkins Glen. He qualified 8th, but him not qualifying on the pole, taking just a little bit too much time, about 12 laps to get up to 2nd place. Ultimately, really costed him a chance to keep up with Chase Elliott. Well, Elliott is running in the 4th place position right now. And is still trying to get around the 24 of Byron for 3rd. He's right in line behind him. Truex in line behind Elliott. Schneider is right there on Martin Truex Jr. He's going to be patient to try and get around him right now. A little bit of a rear wheel spin that time for the 48. Trying to get back to the accelerator now into this final corner. Looking to close on Martin Truex Jr. in the 19. Little draft off of Truex down the main straightaway. Look at the 24 and the 9 pulling away from Truex. Schneider pulls out a line to try and make the pass on the 19 to Truex into turn 1. And Truex looked like he locked the front tires up, got a bit sideways, and tight into the first turn, allowing the 48 to clear. Now you got Hendrick cars running 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Schneider sends it into turn 4. He'll clear Elliott for 4th place. Now he's got to run on Byron in the 24 car, and he'll pull out a line here. Byron will gladly take the inside into turn 7. Schneider on the top. Schneider clears him on the outside anyway later into the braking zone. And actually the Hendrick cars run 2nd through 5th, all 5 of them. Or all 4 of them, rather. Schneider's got some clean air after clearing the 24 car off the exit at turn 7 for 3rd place. He's got a lot of ground, though, to try and catch up to the top 2 of Chase Briscoe and Kyle Larson. But he is up to 3rd place. Schneider has closed in on his teammate Kyle Larson for 2nd place. And the Hendrick cars are not that far, at least the top 2, not that far behind race leader Chase Briscoe. There's only about another 2nd, maybe even less ahead of them. Pit window is 20 to 22 laps for the prior race I had here at Indianapolis. Larson gets loose off the curbing, and Schneider's going to easily take that 2nd place position. He would have been on the outside going into that next corner, but Larson's mistake allowed for Schneider to complete the pass cleanly and a lot quicker than what he probably would have otherwise. Trying to really push now to get to the 14 of Briscoe. Fellow look rookie driver Briscoe wants to get into the playoffs if he can help it. Try to make that push for the Rookie of the Year with this 48 of Schneider. Schneider's going to try to prevent that today with Briscoe looking very strong early on. Schneider beats him through the shifts now onto this next long straightaway. Big draft for the 48. He'll pull out a line into turn 7 for the race lead. Just a big-time dive bomb. The 48 barely keeps the car on the racetrack. Briscoe's going to try to cross him over into the S's. Briscoe off the curb. He's up and over. Briscoe on his lid. Larson's to second. Schneider will take the lead. No caution. We stay green. A dramatic moment early in the race. Gigantic bounce off the curb in the S's for Chase Briscoe is giving the race lead to the 48. The 5 of Larson about a second off the lead. First lap lead of the day for the 48 car in lap 16. So Schneider in the pit lane now for the first time today at lap 21, coming to lap 22. A couple drivers have already pit, including Chase Elliott, fellow Hendrick Motorsports driver. No pit stop, or I should say no adjustments during this first of 3 pit stops of the day for the 48. It'll be 4 tires and fuel only. Not even going to worry about trying to repair any damage from that contact with Kyle Busch, because it has not slowed him up whatsoever. He led every lap from 16 to now, pitting at lap 21 again. Just hit lap 22 as he crossed the yard of bricks in the pit lane. Backward style pit stop, having to serve the left side of the car before the right side, reverse from what all ovals and even some other road courses are. But a clean stop for the 48. Third and final stop of the day for Keegan Schneider with 20 laps to go, coming to 19 laps to go this time by as he continues to lead the Verizon 200 at the Indianapolis road course. trying to break the winless streak and trying to get that 8th career win in his rookie season. That would be 5 more playoff points going into the playoffs. And still 2 more regular season races to go following this at his home track at Michigan, and then back at the high banks at Daytona for a 400-mile race under the lights. 4 tires and fuel, no adjustments once again. Again, 3rd and final stop. He's built up enough of a pace. If he was to make a major mistake here towards the end of the race, I think he is going to be doing himself an all-right favor and perhaps trying to catch back up. Notice the rest of the field has been able to take it about 4, 5, 6 laps, even at some points further per run. So they won't have to pit likely until about 5 to 10 laps to go now this time around, but they will also have to make a 3rd stop. So it will end up helping. Schneider has already cycled into the race lead. No traffic around him either. He's going to have 2 cars in front of him. Ross Chastain in 6th place would be the last car in the lead lap as of right now, and that's even after Schneider had just pit. So definitely a strong performance here for the 48. Starting to get a little bit more consistent. He had that 3rd place finish just a few races ago at New Hampshire. Obviously looking for the win here today. Rough finish at Watkins Glen in that stretch, but this is going to be 2 top 3 finishes, it looks like, in the last 3 races. Momentum heading into his home track at Michigan, which is a big race for himself, so that's why that will be live streamed tomorrow night as of when you guys are watching this on a Tuesday night. And sends it in on those pressured tires, able to get around Ross Chastain with ease. Closes now on Bubba Wallace in the 23 car for 23.11. Back up onto the oval on the main straightaway. All clear at the start-finish line. Go back to the far chase cam for the rest of this race. I noticed Chase Elliott was back in 23rd after the 2nd set of pit stops. He lost a lot of ground. And I think he had to make an unscheduled pit stop, so he has not been in the top 5 for a little while now. Pushing really wide off the exit of the bus stop rather. Chicane, if you would. Kyle Larson still at 2nd. By running in 2nd place, it looks as if he will clinch the regular season championship today, assuming he can finish there. Still caution free in this one as well. Little contact. James Davison. Schneider to the outside of Davison, back into the short chute of oval 1 and 2. Only a 19-lap run to the end of the race for Schneider. It would be the shortest run of the race on tires and fuel for him. He's gone 21 laps each of the first 3 runs. Really has to hope it stays green so we don't get another late race restart in this one. Especially knowing that, yes, there are only 5 cars on the lead lap. Schneider would definitely be staying out, not wanting to risk going a lap down because of the randomized scoring in this game. Especially in a race that he has absolutely dominated. He will have eclipsed 1,000 laps led this season after this race concludes today with the laps that he has led so far. Need to lead just over 40 more laps. Look at him just send it in there. Passes De Benedetto, Chris Buescher, and Chase Elliott all in that same braking zone. Rubs on by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. as well. Getting out of the S's. smoke you're seeing on the screen is just from the game itself. It's not because of any tire lockups or sliding the tires at all. Just doing that when I'm under 100 miles an hour, even when I'm on the gas too. Something that's still not fixed with the key. Much like a lot of other things. That's probably the least of really most people's worries with this game, though, as far as what needs to be fixed. That doesn't need to be fixed. That's just something that can be fixed. A couple more corners away, and the white flag will be waving for race leader and rookie Keegan Schneider. First trip ever for the NASCAR Cup Series at the Indianapolis road course, and he's about to win the inaugural race just like he did at Circuit of the Americas with the first ever Cup Series race there earlier on the career mode. Tight squeeze on the outside of Timmy Hill up the final corner. White flag is in the air, 1 to go. Still caution free in this one, and for Keegan Schneider, the win is all but locked up. And the only other driver on the lead lap is his teammate in second place, Kyle Larson, who looks like he will clinch the regular season championship today. So a great day all around for Hendrick Motorsports as far as that goes. No two of the other Hendrick cars of William Byron and Chase Elliott have fallen back throughout the course of today's race. Elliott had to make an unscheduled stop. Byron just kind of fell off on speed, and he's now back to 13. And he just went a second lap down right before they got into the chicane. Heading down into turn 7, Michael McDowell's in danger of losing another lap. 34 car. Little tag from behind there from the 48. Schneider easily blows by McDowell. Schneider's still pushing hard as if he is still racing for something. Just going to sit and wait now behind Priest. No intentions of trying to pass him in this final corner, although I guess he slowed up enough that Schneider was going to do it. He got into the wall on the aftermath of it, but that's going to finish this race off. Checkered flag is in the air. And Keegan Schneider has broke the winless streak, his 8th career win, and it comes at the Indianapolis road course. 2 drivers finish on the lead lap today, both for Hendrick again. Schneider with the win, Kyle Larson 2nd. Martin Truex Jr. bringing home 3rd, Chase Briscoe 4th, Joey Logano will round out the top 5. Ross Chastain 6th, Tyler Reddick 7th, Denny Hamlin 8th, Kurt Busch 9th, and Christopher Bell rounds out the top 10. And all 40 cars, I believe, finish this race today. Thank goodness we finally did it, and now we get to view victory lane for the first time in a long time. Who would have thought, though, that the first 2 career road course wins would come back-to-back, and it would be in the stretches of which he has had his worst go at it so far in his rookie campaign. The winless streak, though, is over, and hopefully we don't have to go through a long winless streak like this one again. It was middle of the season. We did obviously win a lot of races very early in the year. That was unexpected. I think we were expected to have a losing skid like this, but after the hot start, I was starting to think maybe it wouldn't happen. I shouldn't have got my hopes up like that. So now we'll take a look at the updated point standings. Schneider is 11th in the playoff standings. We'll check the regular season standings. That's what really matters here. Up to 14th, so gaining another spot. Only 4 points behind Keselowski in 13th, and not that far behind Kevin Harvick or even Christopher Bell in 11th. He's still got a shot to get inside the top 10. 2 races to go. I didn't think it was going to be possible to get another playoff point for it, but that was a big top 10. It was the 10th top 10 of the year, in fact. Again, 9th top 5, 8th win of the season and of his career. So he's definitely racking up the playoff points there. Larson has definitely clinched the regular season championship. He's got a 95-point lead. Most he could score is 40, 2 races to go. So Kyle Larson did clinch the regular season championship with the 2nd place finish today at Indianapolis. As far as the playoff cutoff line, Ross Chastain has the final spot by 15 points over Matt DiBenedetto as of right now. And as far as Corey LaJoie goes, he's got to be inside the top 30 in the regular season standings. He has dropped back to 26, so he's still going backwards, but with only 2 races to go, he's actually locked in. Never mind. So with 2 races to go now, he is locked into the top 30 after today's race. I don't know where he finished today, but he is now locked in despite being tied for 26th. So 12 drivers are locked into the playoffs. Got 4 spots still open with 2 races to go. Win would guarantee you a spot. Blaney, Reddick, they've been really fast. Even Keselowski and Chastain have been fast as of late. Chastain just finished 6th today, so he had a great run. Obviously, compared to Matt DiBenedetto, who finished outside the top 10, that was a big points day to really gap DiBenedetto because it was very tight coming in. And as we mentioned earlier on, Schneider has led over 1,000 laps. I guess he would have led over 1,000 laps before this race. Anyway, that probably would have been done at New Hampshire. It looks like he hit that stride. But 1090, very close to 1,100. Only 10 more laps away. Could be possible at Michigan. We'll have to wait and see. That will be a live stream tomorrow night. Thanks for watching tonight's premiere of this full race live stream, full race highlight video. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow.